Nicolas Fouquet is about to lose everything in a castle outside Paris. His mistake was simple. He made his king feel smaller than him. It's August 1661, and he's throwing the most extravagant party his country has ever seen for Louis XIV himself. Fireworks split the sky. A live elephant walks the gardens. A play was written just for tonight. By morning the king will have him arrested for life. Not for theft. Not for treason. For being too impressive at the wrong moment, in front of the wrong man. Somewhere else in Europe another man is about to learn the opposite lesson. He'll shine so brightly his master starts looking like a god. Only one of these two men survives what's coming. Fouquet's castle still stands outside Paris today, but that night it became a trap he built with his own hands. Here's the truth hiding underneath it. You can be smarter than your boss. You can be more talented, more charming, more capable in every way that counts. None of that is dangerous by itself. The danger starts the moment they see it and feel smaller standing next to you. Power runs on comparison, not on facts. Your boss doesn't measure their own worth by what they built. They measure it by how they look standing next to you. The second you win that comparison, you lose the relationship, whether you meant to or not. Ask yourself something uncomfortable right now. Who around you might already feel that way? Fouquet had spent years earning the king's trust with real skill. He ran the country's finances. He got results quietly for a decade. Then, in one night, he tried to prove exactly how far his talent could go. Bigger fireworks than the crown could afford, better food than the royal kitchen served, a grander home than the king's own palace. His guests gasped at the spectacle. Louis didn't gasp. He sat there, in front of his own court, watching his own servant outshine him. He said nothing that night. 3 weeks later, his men dragged Fouquet out of his home and into a cell he'd never leave again. The next time you're tempted to impress your boss at their own event, remember what that party actually cost him. Losing your freedom isn't the only way this rule punishes you. Sometimes it punishes you slower, by keeping you invisible, poor, and forgotten instead. Around that same century in Florence, a scientist named Galileo Galilei had the opposite problem. He was brilliant and broke. He needed the Medici family's money to survive, and he had nothing to offer them but a telescope. What he did next changed everything, so when he pointed it at Jupiter and found 4 new moons circling it, he didn't name his discovery after himself. He named the moons after the Medici. He built an emblem showing the family's ruler seated above the clouds. Around him spun his own life's work, 4 new moons, like planets circling a sun. Cosimo de' Medici didn't just fund Galileo after that. He gave him a title, a salary, and a permanent place at court. Galileo hadn't hidden his brilliance. He'd simply pointed it somewhere else, straight at his patron's ego, and that made his patron look like a god among his rivals. Notice what actually happened there. The smarter man didn't shrink. He just chose very carefully who got to look tall. Next time you solve a problem your boss couldn't, think hard about whose name goes on it first. Here's what this actually means for you. Stop trying to prove how much you know in the room. Start noticing who needs to feel like the smartest person in it. Making someone above you look better costs you nothing, and buys protection you can't get any other way. This isn't flattery. It's arithmetic. The rule was never to hide your talent. It was to aim it quietly at the right target. Let the people above you shine, and shine only in the light they allow you. Fouquet died in that cell, still convinced his talent should have saved him. Galileo died a wealthy man, still funded by a family who believed he'd made them immortal. Neither of them was wrong about how gifted he was. Somewhere right now, someone just as capable as both of them is making a choice. He's deciding which of these two men he's about to become. He doesn't even know it yet.